ALL for maybe something, but yeah, it's not looking good. Everything's faded or looking flat or weak, other than numbers from Amazon and the after hours trading on Amazon and Snap. Gold still with a big withdrawal going on, and 25 points, big volume. That's buy the dip. That's a buy the dip withdrawal. There you are, Nicole. That being said before, I remember that being said before. What did I say? Before. Right, BTD, BTFD. Bitcoin going down. The futures on Bitcoin. I don't know if that's also a gold-like withdrawal. But now one more quick look at the opportunities on the morning, and then across the market here and see. RDBXW, the warrants are up, but because RDBX is up like 7%, I'm not interested in those kinds of numbers though. Bill and then Snap is way up. I gotta check something here. It looks as if this might be falling below an important number right now. Yes, they are. Unbelievable. I can't believe yesterday in after hours we were way out of this swamp, so to speak. My portfolio right now is market neutral, so I'm happy either way. But obviously I would like to see everyone who's predominantly long make money. But what's happening right now with the market now sinking below and back into last week's candles? We're not even just touching. We are now below the high of every single candle from last week. We're now inside of last week, deep inside. Not deep, I wouldn't say, but fully inside. Let's call it that. All of last week's candles. Just barely, but we're in it. So this is a zone. This was last week's zone, and it's a range that is precarious to be in, especially because it could signal that we might retest those super lows from last week. I mean, what's the alternative? The alternative is this is bullshit and this has been manipulation, which it's not possible because rates just went up naturally due to economic numbers, and that this is going to be bought up and it's going to be a big, huge green day. But we had trading like that last week, so that could happen. Anything happen right now? Right now, let me get this. All right, we're live on all the platforms now. Just gotta let Elliot and Jake know. All right, so maybe we're going to go sideways for longer. Well, for sure. I mean, like right now, we're in a confirmed sideways trend. That's for sure. Well, we're even in short-term bearish. We're short-term bearish, medium-term sideways. So it just depends on which time frame you want to talk about. Short-term wise, like on a 3 or 4 or 5 day rolling basis, we're bearish. Like we just can't get out. We just keep going down. But kind of like daily basis. I guess you could say almost on a weekly basis, we're sideways. And the thing is, from a momentum standpoint, whoops, hold on a minute. Why did my screen go blank over here when we're trying to cast to everybody? That happened. That doesn't happen again. That was weird. Uh, the momentum was that we were bullish. Then the Qs were the first. NASDAQ were the first that started to fail out. And then they all started to fail out. But still, nothing had changed. We were still bullish. Then the Qs were the first to break the bullish trend and go sideways. They broke whatever pivot was very important, and they went sideways. So on a momentum basis, that was like 1, right? 1 out of 3 just shifted. We used to be 3 out of 3 for a year and a half. Then all of a sudden, 1 out of 3 went dook. So if that didn't have momentum, you'd see the other ones not change, and then the Qs would come back, right? Does it make sense? But instead, next up was SPY. SPY came a couple days later and broke that pivot and went short-term bearish trend sideways, broke the bullish uptrend sideways. So that's 2 out of 3. And then shortly after that, the industrials did the same. So now they're all 3 sideways. So we were going up bull market for a year and a half. Now all 3 went dook, dook, dook. Now we're confirmed sideways. From a momentum standpoint, until any of the 3 markets can reconfirm bullish, we're still maybe tilting over, right? Or it's just beginning, or it's more than a little dip. I mean, to break pivots, it's a push out of one direction and into another. And the Qs and the whole market do not have very far to go to turn medium-term bearish, which would not be good. They just have to break 333 on Qs, which I'm looking at it now. 421 on SPY. 21 is the key number. And the industrials have a long way to go. So, until both of those start tilting, the Qs and SPY start tilting over, the industrials need to get down to 331 in order to turn bearish, medium turn. And that would be a completion of the flow, of the momentum flow that shifted recently. That would say that things are still in motion and we're still progressing in the direction that it started to progress, that the momentum is still there. So, if we end on a bad note this week, if today's red, that's not going to be so good for next week, because then all next week we're going to be testing those lows again like we did last week. So how does that feel, as far as that this week has had a lot of green days? Does it start to communicate to you in your brain, in your minds, to get you to understand that just because things are going up doesn't mean they're not going down? You just have to remember that the way the markets trade is in zigzag, and that when things are going up, they experience little dips. We call those pullbacks. Well, when a market is going down, you shouldn't get too excited. If a market is bearish, you should not get too excited when it starts to go up. Because on a downtrend, in a bearish setup, going up is a pullback. It's a pullback in the trend. Just like a dip in the bullish trend, a going up is a pullback in a bearish trend. So, I haven't been too excited about this week being so green because I worried that, it's a pullback. It's a trap. And now, today, feels like, we're starting to touch that confirmation of that. We'll see. Let's see how today goes. The reaction needs to be fully absorbed, and we need to see what's going on. I mean, we're approaching this market day by day. I let everybody know to get out at the top, to go defensive, to go cash. I was able to get us all out at 473 on SPY and turn our portfolios around, our holdings, to become defensive, to go cash, to let you know that we're not in an uptrend anymore. And so we have to now be approaching it on a day-by-day basis. We can guess as to the future. We can know what kind of a trend we're in short term. We can know what kind of trend we're in medium term. We can know what the momentum has been, and we can semi-guess the future based on that. But we have to approach it day by day for confirmation in order to be fully correct about our decisions. And those only come at pivot breakpoints. On the short term, if we can see any change on the pivot break points, that would change the momentum. So far, we haven't had that. So the short-term momentums should theoretically still be in motion, bearish. And then the medium-term momentum should still be, here in motion, and it's close to triggering bearish. We're really close. Like if there was a spectrum from sideways to bearish, on the medium term, it's like it's touching 90% close to snapping pivots and turning bearish. However, all three indices are sideways right now. They're just not bullish, but the momentum is moving that way. So, all right, that helps you, understand the state of what we're in right now. And it also says that, we don't fully know what every day is going to bring, but as we get close to these points, be prepared. We are prepared. We're prepared ahead of time that whichever way it's going to go, if it's going to continue and it's going to flip all bearish in the medium term, you want to have VIX calls. You want to have SPY shorts or even Q shorts. You want to have gold. You want to have some rates in case we start crashing. I told you the smoke detector is going off now. I told you I smelled something burning. Oh, it's just great. I don't know if you can hear that. Hear that beeping? So it's just my wife cooking. Dondrell says, I don't think there's any opportunities out there, Marcus. Right, I don't know what Marcus said. Oh, the labels. It's not necessarily about that. He just wants the labels so you can see my screen better. Thanks. Yeah, let's do that. You can hear my smoke detectors beeping in the meantime. As far as morning momentum opportunities, we had Snap and we had Amazon, and those have not done well this morning pre-market. They did great yesterday and after hours, but pre-market they had pulled back, and then with these numbers, now the weather is turning stormy. It's going down. So those have lost their appeal. And then in the small cap momentum day trading department, we have Bill, BILL, which I think is probably the best opportunity. It's not really a small cap, actually. It was at 170, and it went all the way up to 228 in after hours. It's pulled back to about 200 right now. So there's a potential play there on that one, like lots of momentum. Those numbers could go haywire, could go from 200 to 250 really fast. But I'm not seeing that. It looks like it's faded. Same thing with SLI, another one I'm looking at, and RDBX. So this morning, upside momentum is pretty much faded or dead across the entire market, and you should be looking for some downside plays rather, or sideways plays if you know how to do that. All right, I'm getting these all labeled up for you guys. These are just some things that I'm watching. Videos and some stuff that we have at the forefront of. Okay, here we go. We got some bounce going on now on the market. Now pulling up a little bit out of last week's candles. But is this just a pullback in a momentary intraday downtrend? We'll see. In order to know whether or not it is, we'll have to get above the last pivot point trading. Pivot point trading is like understanding that your car has an engine. I mean, it's just the foundation. Somebody looks at a car and goes like, wow, that is amazing. How does that work? And somebody's like, well, there's there's wheels on an axle and there's an engine. Like, not knowing pivot point trading is being that ignorant and about the market. Like, if you don't know that a car has wheels on an axle and an engine and that's what makes it go, that's how naive you are about the market if you don't understand what pivot point trading is and pivot points, because that's how you understand trends, and you can't make any money on the market if you don't understand the direction that things are going. Yeah, that's like number one most important thing you need to learn is pivot point trading. By the way, if anybody wants to learn that, you can look it up and learn it from maybe a couple places. But I have some video lessons on that, and you can just type Market Mastery into Google, and that'll bring up my video lessons. It's called Market Mastery. I'm Chart Trader. It'll be there. You can learn hundreds and hundreds of videos from hundreds and hundreds of video lessons, but there's a whole section on pivot point trading. All right, well, we've got 6 minutes until the market opens, and we'll see what happens here. It looks like the market is trying to rally up and over that previous pivot to negate this rate move, but I don't think you can negate the rate move. So this is a bit of a manipulation. It might be an Elliott wave, but unless we get over, I'll give you the numbers if you want to write them down. On the Qs, unless we get over 357, then we're still either sideways or bearish on the day. 357. On SPY, we need to get over 448, which is not too bad. That's not that far away. That could definitely happen. And then on the industrials really didn't get hit too hard this morning. The industrials are doing pretty good. So that's financials, XLF, energy, XLE, industrials, XLI, and base materials, XLB. Should react favorably to rates going up. And tech should not react favorably, but as it didn't. But now it's pulling back up and over, and it's trying to get back on track, I guess you could say. Gold down before the open. sharply down before the open, so that looks like a withdrawal. It looks like smart money, trying to make the right move. Make sure they have cash to buy the dip. And then as the market just got bought up, gold went up as well. So perhaps they're done. They just bought up the market and then they put that other half of their gold back into the gold bank. That's what just happened there. Interesting. Derek asks, is there any any possible trade today? But no, it's a stock. And here, I don't know. Let me pull it up. Let's see. Yeah, not really looking like it. I'll keep it up though. Just that most things have faded. They're going to stay faded. Yeah, no, that doesn't look good. That looks like a dead cat bounce, which is, in a way, if you think about a dead cat bounce, I mean, fully technically explained, it's unique. It's a dead cat bounce. But if you think about it, a pullback in a downtrend is a form kind of dead cat bounce. You shouldn't get too excited about a pullback in a downtrend, other than the fact that you'd want to wait to try and see the top of it so you could short it. Let's see. So I'm going to put up Snap. Possible 5-minute candle dip by Amazon in case that happens. So we'll have those ready to go. And this one, Bill, in case it starts to pick up some steam and people pile on. All right, we've got 2 minutes to the market open. If anybody out there on TikTok or Twitch, YouTube, Periscope, Twitter, Discord, Zoom, if anybody wants to check out our trading community, our trading group, just go to the link in my bio, link in profile. You can come check us out and talk to us in there. Did I mean 458 on SPY? Probably. No, 448. We're really close to it. Nope, 448. SPY's not as damaged as the Qs. The Qs need to get all the way up to 357, but SPY's in better shape, 448. And I'm talking about intraday short-term bearish trend. Like intraday means today, like the minute candles. Yeah, maybe that's why you're thinking that. Yeah. No, as far as reversing, no, not on the daily. Like on the daily chart, I would say daily. There's intraday, daily. Yeah. Intraday within day. Intraday. Yeah. So intraday here, the industrial's doing just fine. They held that just fine. In fact, they're pretty much benefiting from the situation. The Q should not really be benefiting from the current situation with this rate pop that just happened. However, they had a pretty strong pullback. I guess it's about a 50% pullback, 50% retrace. So let's see what happens. We got 27 seconds until the market opens. It should be very interesting. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe Pfizer's going up. I just got an alert. Take a look at that. Amazon starting to rally. Snap going down a little bit, but Amazon is trying to rally, it looks like. Pfizer's just riding that line. Cheers. Amazon reporting Rivian was 12 billion. Yes, I read that yesterday. However, even if you remove the Rivian accounting out of their numbers, Amazon pulling back hard now. I'm not sure if that's going to do good for the Qs. And Apple turning around and bleeding red now as well. If Apple breaks 170 on the low side, you can short it, puts or short. But I am seeing SPY continue to move up, and the industrials move up, and that might be supportive to the Qs, to tech, to growth. But yeah, it looks like Snap, some profit taking, if you want to call it that, perhaps on Amazon and Snap before at the market open. The general direction, though, I'm sensing on the market is sideways / up across the market. Snap with a huge reversal of buying right now. Boom. You guys should probably grab Snap as momentum trade. 36 breakout right there for $2 a risk. Snap with some very strong demand. That could present yourself as a momentum day trade. It pulled back to around 36, so you didn't really miss it yet. But the demand has been put in. That was a hell of a candle. 8 million shares bought up right towards the end of that 2-minute opening period there for a 36 breakout. And then what you want to do if this trade works out for us, right now it's pulling back a little bit. If it works out for us, you want to be taking profits underneath every dollar level, and that would be about a 5% to 20% profit on your position. All right, that ring was something breaking to the upside. But by the way, Amazon definitely now short on the day. For you big rollers, who can do $3,000 a share, Amazon short on the day. That's an opening range breakdown. Snap looks like it's following suit. 50% retrace. If you feel like exiting now, you can go ahead and exit now, save some money, and then you can get back in at 37 if we break 37 for $2 of risk. But the market looks like it's turning over, especially on the Qs. It is starting to turn a little bit red. This could be a pullback in an uptrend that's already started, though. So you always got to be on your feet and always ready to be wrong. Okay, Snap, yeah, looks like it's going to try. It looks like it's going to fail out. Amazon found some support at 3,000. So 3,000, a big, huge, important number. We're looking for that would work. Who said that? Mr. M. Bill, yeah, 215 on Bill, BILL, would cause momentum breakout. So SPY now down, and tech about 50% down, retraced off of that rally off the bottom pre-market just before the open. Question is it going to stop and turn around halfway at this 50% retrace point, break out to the top again, and create an intraday 4-point uptrend? We shall see. In the meantime, I'm going to have some eggs and bacon. Yeah, maybe. You have to wait until the break of 611. That's correct on SLI. That is correct, yes. Amazon now with a bearish hot dog on the 2-minute chart. So, very short term, next 6 minutes are looking bearish on Amazon. Can't say much more into the future than that without the signs. You can only see as far into the future as the signs can tell you. But it's looking like Amazon's going to break down again. Next few minutes. Went down and almost touched 3,000, and it was like hot plate. Whew, there was a bit of demand there. But that demand, I don't know if it got all soaked up or if there's more. We'll see. All right, check out this ASMR on this bacon. Ready? It's really good. It's not burnt. All right, I switched out to this mic. The crunch. So that bearish hot dog has been put in on Amazon. So now for the next, 3 minutes at minimum, probably Amazon is bearish. We are finding some support on the Qs right now. That's probably coming from Apple. Yes, that was correct. Apple seems to be trying. That's adding a little bit of cushion on tech/growth. KC, remember that's something we got in like a month ago, continues to go to the downside. KC has been the easiest short, ever. I rolled that so many times. I feel like a crocodile. Taking KC down for the death roll. U.S. oil doing well, just broke pre-market high. Yes, nice strong spike coming from oil. And over in energy, we've been in energy for several months now across the board. Our top ETF pick on that, DIG. If even a skirmish happens in Russia, Ukraine, it's going to create a supply shock in energy worldwide of a percentage. We're not talking about it's going to create all hell pandemonium, but even a skirmish will cause a supply shock in oil and natural gas for probably what could be, it's going to hit us. It would hit a peak at a certain point, but it depends on the skirmish. It's kind of hard to say how long it would last. But it's good to be in natural gas and oil these days, and that's a nice hedge. Immediately felt hedge you can get out of if there's any escalations going to happen. You need to be able to hedge your portfolio. Okay, SLI broke 6. Bill is too slow, so I'm going to switch that out for SLI. Snap found support around 34. Is below VWAP though. What can you guys tell me about Snap
and its state based on VWAP that I've taught you over the last, I don't know, a few weeks or a few days or over time, how to think of VWAP. So right now, Snap is quite below VWAP. It's trying to break over VWAP. What does that mean? Bearish, right? And anybody who's paying attention, remember what it would take to really confirm bullish after there's been some move over VWAP. SLI breakout right now. There's the breakout on SLI. It's just been a straight shot up. So you could probably put your stop at 595 and do 20 cents of risk. It looks like very nice controlled candles. This could be a nice clean trade today. SLI, 20 cents of risk. So you should be able to capture a bunch of shares. So that's 5x your 1% value in dollars. So if you have a $10,000 account, 100 is your 1%. 500 shares, therefore, is what you could get because 20 cents is is 1/5 of a dollar. And so the inverse is 5. The math is there. Anyway, if you know the 1% calculation, you know what to go on. You know what to do. So it's entry on SLI. The Qs are rallying off that bottom, and we make it a short-term intraday uptrend here. And that could push Amazon off these lows. Amazon with, people are hyped about Amazon right now. This market dragging it down, but this turnaround, there it is. There's a turnaround on Qs to Qs now in a very short term 4-point confirmed uptrend. That might be enough for you to grab some Amazon to the upside now, as Amazon tries to rally and get over the top of its upper pivot. So you could have about 175 points of upside on Amazon at the moment, minimum. And Snap failed to close above VWAP. So it is still on the bearish side. SPY and industrials, rallying this morning. And Qs now in the short term. Industrials, pretty untouchable. They're doing just fine. All right, you guys over on TikTok. Going to end the TikTok stream now. If you'd like to come check out our trading group, just click the link in my bio. And you'll be able to come on in and check it all out and talk with us. And I hope to see you there. And if you're just curious, and you're at the beginning of your trading journey, it's a good place to start. And I hope to see you and talk to you in there soon. All right, so just go over to my profile and click the link there. And we'll see you soon. SLI pulling back to 595. That's your stop right there. Get out. That's not a good sign, in my opinion. It is above WAP, but hey, if it can't follow through, it can't follow through. But you can't just, what are you going to do? Are you going to be a spectator, or are you going to get in the ring? Are you the main event today, or are you just going to spectate? If you are going to play, then you use the 1% rule. It's 1% to get in, and see if you can make something out of it. And it doesn't always work. You don't win every fight. So that was one where you should now be out. SLI. If SLI goes and it rebreaks 615, okay, that's the high of the day. Then we can get back in. There might be some momentum there, but as you already can see, it's struggling. That's just the way it is. We can't, you can't force it. It's like surfing. The waves are the waves. You go every day because sometimes there's going to be some great waves. But sometimes you're just going to sit out there for an hour and it's just going to be nothing. But there's nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. You just have to be professional and show up every day. Ford dropped to 17.5. Wow, look at that. There we go. Ah, I have quite a few options short on Ford. So that worked out good. Put some puts. Remember we were talking about that for a while? Let's pull up Ford. That is a pivot point breakdown, my friends, on Ford. Likely next stop 1650. Possibly that's going to get people scared enough to make the price go all the way back down to about just under 14. And that will probably be the maximum drop, just under 14. So price target 1650 and 14 on Ford from here. I gotta eat some more of these eggs. Nobody likes cold eggs. Brutus is like, I like cold eggs. Alcoa is about to break out all-time high. Yeah, that's looking good. To get a swing trade on that, we need a big candle breakout, high volume, and we get in towards the end of the day so it can be fully confirmed, so it doesn't come back down on us. Okay, so Jorge, remind me in the group or whatever, last hour of the day. Let's keep an eye on that. To see if in fact it broke out, number one, and number two, if it's staying broken out or if it's just teasing again. That's the nice thing about swing trading and doing your entries and exit at the end of the day, is you always have all the information. Less gamble, less heartache, less pain. All right. I don't think it was bad, was it? Let me check. No, they don't have the little ball up. Oh, wait, was this from today? Yeah. All right, yeah, it was a miss, but not by huge, not by much on Ford. A good opportunity. I mean, does anybody here believe that Ford's future is up? I do. Kind of big time. I think, in a year or two, Ford will be a growth company, not a value company, not a staple. That's a whole different thing. They could be making robots right alongside Tesla in a couple of years. So don't underestimate Ford as a growth potential. They're transforming the company. CLMT, we got the breakdown on CLMT. We now have a bar breakdown, BARR, bump and run reversal breakdown beginning for the first day on CLMT. So I'm going to go short on CLMT for 2 months. Pretty much going to get probably just the 1 month option and roll it if it makes progress. And give me a sec while I report that to the group. I was long this puppy, but hey, sometimes it's got to end. CLMT, get it short. CLMT. Yeah, I don't know why I always had an N to that. Risk. All right. What about American Express? Just give me a second to get my order in on this. CLMT. Hope the options are good. I did it again. I added the E at the end every damn time. Crispy bacon. Very good. You can get the February 18, 15 strike put, for example. It's only like $160, somewhere around there. I'll start with that one. Did not get a fill. Gonna switch routing to CBOE and see if that improves it before I increase my bid. Just saw somebody buy the 14 or bid for the 14 for $1. Is that one of you guys? Somebody just bid $1 for the 14 strike on February 18. It's $1, $100. Well, could have been somebody from the alert. And looks like there's been 4 of them bought up already on the one that I bought. I wonder if that was because I told you guys, but my order didn't fill. So potentially some of you getting in before I can even get in. Right? No, I still don't have a fill. Gonna have to raise my bid 5 cents. Snap is now above, bouncing off of WAP to the upside. You should grab some. Snap is now confirming bullish. It may just like hang out here. You would want to hold it until a breakdown of about 35, and it's at 36, so like $1 of risk. Get into Snap for upside long day trade. Now what's the problem? Did it just cancel my order? No, okay. Hey, we screwed you. I know you did. I'd like to get some too, guys. Come on. Oh, hang on. I just got filled, I think, while I was editing my order. Yes. Okay, good. I'm in. And if you guys see the alert and then you end up getting in, please click, an emoji, put a react on the alert in the group so I know who got in. There we go. Thanks. And who's in it, so that I know that like that's a popular one, or that I need to give a little bit more of a shit about, keeping you abreast of, or what. Here's what I got. All right, cool. I'm in. One thing you can do, some of you, if you're a little bit clever with Discord, is whenever you get into one of the alerts, you can add two reacts, one being the I in the blue box and the other one being the N in the blue box. That means in. So now everybody will come in and they'll go, I'm in, and they'll add to the in. Apple just broke over high of the day, high of the market day. We call it high of the day. Snap doing what I just said, moving to the upside. There we go, and there's your first profit point, 36.9. Make sure you take 5 to 20% out of your position on Snap. So that one, CLMT, is a pre-bar, pre-bump and run reversal, early entry. So, but looks like it's going to work out. All right, we bounced off of 37. Did you guys get your 5 or 20% exit or whatnot? There's the end. All right, I don't know. Maybe add to that end as well. Exactly, just like that. Where am I at? It was going to check AXP. What about it, Jorge? Anyway, because it's about to break out. So you obviously have a near 1% near all-time high scan going on. Everything you always show me is just barely ready to break out. So let me get a measurement on this. It's a little bit wide of a range, but it's possible. That if AXP breaks out, let me know. All right, here comes Snap. It looks like it's going to push over 37 now, potentially. The market's gone a bit sideways. The Dow is now head and shouldering on a very short-term intraday scale, like it's going to go back down and test the bottom of the range. And if the Dow does that, then the other ones may follow suit. Certainly SPY would. And then Q would be affected by SPY. Interesting how that works, right? Sometimes they correlate, but not all the time. It's in general a sideways day today. Seemingly. All right, tech is about to make a third rally. So get ready for tech to continue. And there goes a snap. Just broke over 37 and it's at 37.3. You're going to wait till 38. Underneath 38, you're going to take out your next 5 to 20%. Who's in snap? For this exact play, the breakout that just happened. You got in at 37. Not talking about I'm in because you were in yesterday, or I'm in because you got in pre-market, or I'm in because you got in a little while ago and you should have sold. Talking about who's in this 37 breakout that just happened. No, it was actually the VWAP bounce. Let's call it the VWAP bounce. Cool. All right, cool. So yeah, you need to be taking 5 to 20% profits underneath every dollar level. Okay, great, Eric. Awesome. And current stop right now is 36.4. Break even. You're correct. Thank you, Preston, for reminding me. But that's only, I think you've only taken one profit point, right? Or has it been two? If it's only been one, then half of your position is break even. The other half is at the prior stop, which is, I think I said 35.2, $1 of risk. Because you probably got in at 35.2, 36.2. These 4K monitors, they're big, but not big enough. Take a look at Twitter. Yeah, AXP is making progress, isn't it, today? Bill is starting to curve up there, but it's not really a momentum player. Snap has definitely got a lot more momentum. So stay away from Bill. It doesn't even have relative volume, elevated relative volume. Yeah. Oh, there was a failure. The trend on the Qs was looking like it was going to go for a third rally. One being right before the market opened, second one being after it dipped, after the market opened, third one being that it just went on. However, it was a fake out. It was a failed retest. So now it's going to, potentially form like a head and shouldery type of pattern, which is a topping pattern. So this may be the top end of the range on the Qs, which also means that Snap might not have the wind at its back in a moment here. So be ready to maybe take some extra profits right now at 37.5, underneath 37.5, 5% profits. And there it is. We hit 37.5. You can take out like 5% right here. Just play a little bit more defensively, conservatively when the situation gets a little bit more risky on you like that. If the wind was at our back and the thing was just sailing, just let it do its thing, right? But we're seeing signs that it would be a good idea to take a little profit right now. Not that things going to go tank and end and be over with, but maybe it will be. But more so because it's topping and it could be the top. It doesn't mean we're not going to go sideways, or it's not going to, it might not rug pull on you, but it's worthwhile to take a little extra profit there because it may be the top for a while and it may test you. You don't want to be pissing into the wind. Yeah, exactly. We're fine. What do you call being naked again? Shit. I can't remember this word that I wanted to use. God, I don't know. I'm getting old. Flashing, I guess, or something. Flashing into the wind on our boat, sailing across the ocean until the wind changes. You don't want to be pissing at that moment. The girls in here are probably like, what? I don't get that joke. Or they get it, but They're like, I just, end up getting you all wet if you're behind me. Oh my God. The humor levels of this group. There is a profit point right there, right? On Snap. That was your 5 to 20% exit of your position on Snap when it came right underneath the 38 level. And look at that pullback. Happens every time. Are you starting to see that? These key levels become points of resistance for reasons that I've explained before. People put stop orders there because it just takes too long to type 37.97. People just go 37.2. So there's just gets loads of even number orders all over the place. Everything works on even numbers because it's just more efficient. That's a human being thing. When robots take over the world and they start trading markets, it'll be meaningless. But for now, human beings are always trying to protect their caloric spend and be more efficient. And so if they can knock off a decimal or two and roughly get the same result, they'll take it. So it's a very human psychological thing. And we're all the way back to 37.5 now. If you wanted to go on a bar by bar basis, you'd get out at 37.2. But really, if you're using the day swinging path of victory method right now, which you ought to, it just depends on your risk. If you risk 1%, then you can go day swing path of victory. Then your stop is 36.4 or break even if it happens to be higher. I don't think it should be though. If you got the VWAP bounce, you should have been in around 36.2. And by the way, that's not a play. For those of you who are new in the group, we don't play like VWAP bounces. You'd be learning the wrong thing if you're being a fly on the wall and trying to absorb this stuff and think, oh, ooh, VWAP bounce. No. We have bullish outlook on Snapchat. There's a whole bunch of momentum day trading things going on with Snapchat. We're already bullish on it on the day. We take pre-market high breakouts. We take high of day breakouts on those situations, so long as there hasn't been anybody burned or any failures or any fake outs or manipulations going on. And then also we had that, as a matter of fact, we had a little bit of a burnout, but then it got over VWAP and then it bounced off VWAP. That's a confirmation that we're bullish again. So we might as well get in. And it was worth the risk, wasn't it, guys? I mean, if you got in at 36.2, that wasn't a breakout. We got in pre-breakout just off the VWAP bounce confirmation of bullishness. The VWAP bounce became confirmed the bullish switch there. Only because the candle went up and over other red candles. Yeah. Can't lose money at this point, Preston. Yeah, absolutely. You should set your break-evens, your break-even stops. And your all-out button or your outs, if you have a scripting plan with Dash Trader and you've got like a Stream Deck or something, your all outs in those scripts should automatically cancel any stops, because if you're going to get all out, it's going to say, I can't, you don't have any shares, because it's already committed those shares to your break even stop orders. So you got to think ahead like that with your scripting. But when you sell 5 or 10%, every time you sell a little bit, you got to reset your break even stop again with the right scripting. Microsoft's rallying a little. I really wish that ECPG would continue, but now it looks like MCB is not really working. Let's take a look at those. Yeah, ECPG is actually still in good formation, though. Just need to get that positive delta out of it. And MCB, yeah, MCB's, it pulled back, but still hanging in there. It's doing okay. It's just unfortunately down. All right, The Qs did fail retest again, so we got a not again. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong chart. That's SPY. Never mind. But SPY definitely with the failed retest. How come I'm seeing? Hold on one second here. Yes. Oh, I see. The failed retest on the Qs was not really a failed retest. Does anybody see that? It did break the previous high. I'm just calling it a failed retest because it was a bullshit retest. It wasn't a rally like the other ones. You know, a rally in an uptrend continues, you know, approximately the distance that's left over from the retrace on the pullback to create a 100% leg. Does that make sense? So in other words, if you got a zig and it goes up, you know, that distance is 100%, and then you got a zag, which is a pullback, and let's say it's a 40% pullback, then you expect for a 100% leg to come in, another zig, 100% leg, you expect it to go fill up to 40% and then go 60% further, right? See, are you following me now? And so what happened on that third rally there is it didn't. It just sort of topped out, did a couple of fake outs, and failed to break out. And over on SPY, when combined with the Dow, it wasn't even enough to be at the top to be retesting. It was fully failed. It was underneath. It was fully failed retest on SPY on the intraday. I'm talking about this a little short term here. I guess I should show you, but I can see it, but whatever. We missed class last night. Sorry about that, guys. And no, I wasn't baking my potato. That would have been nice. All right, we can make up for it here with that failed retest, and that's why you can get into Elliott wave theory here. But we can make up for it if we start to rally now, because now we'd be making a 50% retrace on that last leg, which was only 50%, right? And so then if that rallies fully, then it makes 75% rally in total. It's a lot of math. I guess I should probably draw that out. Probably hard for you to follow. Let's see if I can draw this out for you. This screen doesn't have pre-market on it. So we're missing one rally. All right, let me switch it on over here. And it looks like that's what it's trying to do. We're getting a rally off of this. This is an Elliott wave signal, a bullish Elliott wave signal right now. However, the momentum still is dying, it looks like, overall, in the last 45 minutes. Oh, it's taking forever for the Qs to come up. A lot of things going opposite the way they were going, and now going in the opposite direction. Your stop on Snap is 36.4 or break even. Otherwise, stay in. It's just a pullback. Wow, it's taking forever to get that up on toss right now. The Qs. Okay. Finally. Okay. Before I start, can you guys see my Qs on the upper right there that I just pulled up? Over here. Does anybody want me to illustrate the whole principle here? But can you see it? Can you see the Qs chart in the upper right? Okay. So you have 100%. Your first rally, shit, what is it going to do that for? All right, here's what I'm going to do. You guys are going to watch me draw over a screenshot, I guess, since it's being a bitch. Okay, now you're going to be looking. Hopefully you can see this. I'm going to move this over here. Okay. All right, it's a little bit more dead center now. Do you see this thing I'm moving around? Can you see that? Actually, I need the confirmation on if you guys can see that one in the middle. Okay. All right, so look. This is the first 100%. That's the first zig. It was 100%. Okay. After the zag of 50% retrace, it doesn't have to be 50%. It's whatever the fuck it is. It was 50%, right? You would expect, for price to go up to about there. It did not, so that's the first sign that it's a momentum decrease. But it didn't miss too much. It did, in any way, some of this was pre-market. So this could be really the first established 100% during the market. Okay. So then the next leg, it pulls back. The next leg, you expect that to go, 100% again up here, but it didn't. It only went to here. And in fact, it closed candles right here, which was not really any progress on the other top. So that's why I called it a failure. However, it didn't pull back all the way down to here again. It just pulled back 50% on that. So now if it does even a 75% like that, in total, that is the 100% again. And that's Elliott wave theory. Sometimes things don't draw out perfectly, but they zigzag in such a way with inner movement and then shift time over that it makes the bigger move, but after making some kind of an inner move. All right, so that's part of Elliott wave theory. You can study Elliott wave theory. And it looks like it's doing that. I think the market, it might be doing that. It's all it has to do is go from here to here right now, and we'll still be in a nice 3 rally uptrend. The only problem is it is a momentum shift, that it's doing that it's Elliott waving and everything. Yeah, it's a form of bullish continuation. Yeah. Yeah, it's just that we had to wait for it a little more. And it's Elliott waves are tricky. Elliott waves are like the chess master. It's like a chess master move. They're tricky because you felt, oh, we failed. Oops, let's see. We failed that high, and we're coming back down. So that's it. That must be over. That's why we wait for neckline breakdown for confirmation, because no, as it turns out, it's now moving up and over that pivot, invalidating that pivot, and making continued progress on this first rally. And it's likely now to hit the peak somewhere up here and be the second rally that we were looking for. So Elliott waves a little tricky part of the market. It makes like a pit stop. It's like a little pit stop move during a move to trick you, add liquidity, get everybody interested again. Boom, another micro rally starts. But when you combine the two micro rallies, it's actually a full leg on what you thought was a leg that was failing or faking out before, and it's now a full leg, really. Does that make sense? Did I illustrate that well enough and explain it? Well, inner move, pit stop that doesn't fail anything. Cool. Yeah. Chad, if you want to take market mastery, definitely you can lay this foundation. I all kinds of nuggets like this are in all those video lessons over there. Let me type the link. I know you probably have it, but for others as well, should you want to start your enrollment over there. lots of little things to learn. Oh, okay, very good. Oh, excellent, Chad. Yeah, and that's definitely something I don't think I even taught in those classes over there. But we're always trying to build, always trying to build on top of the knowledge, knowledge on top of knowledge. Over here, this is like clever, interesting thing. So when I alerted yesterday, called out. I don't know if I alerted it. I called it out. I'm not sure. On Lucid, yeah, that we already missed the breakdown, but that it still potentially has room to go. Lucid, and so you can get puts, right? You can get puts on Lucid, which is one way to go. And the best put you can get, is going to put you at the money or in the money, is going to put you at a break even line that's, still goes down. But another alternative is you can sell a call. It's going to require more margin, but it's not so much margin as if you had to buy the shares. And it's going to be similar to just buying a even higher quality option. But by selling the call, you give yourself a break-even line closer to like that. So Lucid can really have a lot more freedom, and you have closer to a 70% chance of winning at that point. So, but it requires margin. You need to have more in your account, but you can increase your winning odds. Yeah, so you're in Lucid puts, right? Which is what we want. We want to be short, but you could also be selling the calls, so that you're like the casino saying like, yeah, go ahead, get calls. Good luck to you. And but based on the chart pattern that the probability is more in favor of puts. And the nice thing there is then you have the premium that somebody else paid you, that you get to use, that's theta decaying. It's like you put it in a bank account and it's theta decaying on them. So little by little, that money's every day, cha-ching, cha-ching. It's like you're getting more and more of that as the trade continues to not go the other way. That's the cool thing. You only make money going down with puts, but selling a call, you also make money if it goes sideways and even slightly against you. Woo! We have Bitcoin futures up 3,000 points, hitting almost 40,000. No, that's okay, Christina. But do you understand? Maybe in a year or later this year, or in the summer, we'll step you up there. But you're selling the opposite. I mean, you're selling the opposite. It's the same thing, really. You buy a put or you sell a call, except that buying the put only makes money if the thing goes down. Selling a call makes money if it goes down. That's true. But also if it stays the same, and even if it goes up a little bit. Because of the premium you're collecting, the theta decay. That's decaying on them, whoever bought your option. Yeah, pretty nice. But it costs more because you have to have the margin set aside. It ends up, costing more than just getting a put. But your your probability and your win rates go up. So it's less stressful. So you'll have less leverage in your account. You won't be able to buy quite as much as you normally can, but you'll be winning more often, maybe twice as often. Because let's say you have a 30 or a 40% chance, by selling it, you have a 60 or a 70% chance, maybe even 80 in some cases. But it all starts where? With the chart reading. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know that it looks, safe to do whatever you're doing. You got to know how to read those charts and make an opinion. All right, you guys, I'm going to end the morning session there. But, oh, and by the way, Snap, while I was talking, I guess probably hit our stop. So everyone was on top of that, hopefully. You exited Snap at your break even or at the stop. And that'd be it probably for the Snap trade. Possibly it'll form an ABCD today. We'll see. Okay. Hey, have a great weekend, everybody. It's Friday. I'll be in the group right now, whatever, throughout the day. Wait, where are you going? Oh, to work? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll be in the group, and but have a great weekend. What's everybody doing before we tick off? Anybody got plans while I have a piece of bacon? Yes. Reading the chart encyclopedia and chart patterns. Fishing. Oh, we love that. Yeah. Market mastery. Great. Looking forward to seeing how much better you are on Monday. Amazon is it breaking to the upside? Right now, Amazon's maybe making a new high of the day. And yeah, overall, the Qs did what I said. Together, those last two rallies form kind of a finished one rally, third rally. That's in the size of the first two rallies. There you go. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. Michael, yep, everybody. Out on Twitch and YouTube and everywhere too. Have a good weekend. All right.